So New York City Mayor Eric Adams calling that political extremism as the New York City race to stop a socialist gets a little tighter. Watch.
Despite all we've achieved, I cannot continue my re-election campaign. But I must also sound a warning. Extremism is growing in our politics. Too often, insidious forces use local government to advance divisive agendas. Major change is welcome and necessary, but beware of those who claim the answer to destroy the very system we built together over generations. That is not change, that is chaos.
Our next guest has been warning about the Democrats' party's embrace of socialism. Author Douglas Murray joins us now. Douglas, you have been warning about this, but I don't think some are getting the message. We see the violence, we see the anti-Semitism, and people are treating it as if it's just the old Democratic Party, but that's not true.
That's absolutely right. And Mayor Adams stepping out of the race and what he said when he was stepping out absolutely speaks to this. You know, Mayor Adams is a completely recognizable centrist Democrat. He's done a lot of good for New York City. There were things that were still, of course, waiting to be improved, waiting to be done. But I think that the way in which he exited the race was very telling. Yes, his own poll numbers have not been able to rise to a level at which he could have really had any prospect of winning the mayoral election again. But stepping out and saying what he did was incredibly important because, yes, there has been this rise on his own side, to his own left, of what he described as political extremism, but also that thing that he was obviously talking about, Mamdani, the Democrat candidate who won the primaries. When he said, you know, these people who promise you all of these things, but they can't deliver them, Mayor Adams really knows about that. He knows how difficult New York City is to run. He knows the challenges, and he also knows that there are these people like Mamdani and the Democrat Party who promise the world to people that they can in no way deliver, and they make up for that by mollifying and coddling up to the most extreme people on their own side. And as he said, that's not about change, that's about revolution.
It's so true. John Fetterman had this to say about his own party.
If there are groups attacking a Democrat, you know, the last one in Pennsylvania, then that's, to me, that's part of the problem, you know, in our party. And if you want a Democrat that's going to call people Nazis or fascists or all these kinds of things, well, I'm not going to be that guy. You know, independent thinking and views, wherever that I happen to believe the truth, regardless if it's the Republican or the Democratic voice.
What do you make of that, Douglas?
I thought that was an extremely important intervention by Fetterman. This speaks to the same thing as Mayor Adams. Fetterman is a totally recognizable a Democrat moderate. But what he's referring to is things like, I mean, just consider the fact that, you know, Governor Shapiro, another Democrat, has his house attacked by somebody in the cause of free Palestine, as if that's a sort of reasonable thing. You burn down a governor's mansion for a foreign policy issue that you can have no particular impact in, and as if in any case the use of violence could be legitimized by this Palestinianist rhetoric. Where were all the people on the left calling out the extremists on their own side over that attack? Where were they? A governor's mansion is attacked, is burnt, firebombed, and fellow Democrats don't call it out, don't call out all the lunatics on their own side who think that this far-off conflict, you know, continents away, about which they know nothing, should be the dominant issue in their domestic politics in the US, and are willing to carry out violence and attacks and mob rule of the kind that we've seen in multiple cities across the United States. That's outrageous. And anyone on left or right should call it out. And the silence is incredibly telling. So I admire John Fetterman for this stance. I wish more Democrats were as principled as he is.
Yeah, a lot of them are. You got the candidate running for governor that's a Democrat, couldn't even call out Assata Secure being a police assassin. I mean, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Someone that's on the most wanted list for the FBI, kills a cop,
Absolutely.
should be able to be condemned, but they couldn't do that. I wish I had more time, Douglas. I'll catch you on the other side.
Look forward to it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.